What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Shani, and welcome back to the Women's Palace. Today I want to talk about God being in the details. Okay, now I do want to put this disclaimer out here because my son is in a car, so don't mind him. Okay, so sometimes I feel like we can get so caught up on the dream, the big picture, that we don't even realize that God is in the small details. God is not big of a God that he can get into that small situation and help you with that. And I say this because yesterday, me and my son was at the mall, and my son wanted a bear out of the vending machines. You know how you gotta win them. And let me tell you, I am not good at that. You know, so I already put $1 in. They played me because they said 2 plays for 1. And they only gave me 1 play and I lost. So I'm like, Jesus, how am I about to get this man a bear? Because y'all know kids do not care. They just want what they want. And I'm like, God, please don't let him act up in here because I don't know if I'm about to be able to get this bear. So God sent this girl into the store. I don't even know where she came from. But she came and she was like, hey, you want me to win him a bear? She was like, it's this one over here that I'm really good at. Me and my sister always do this, and she said I can win him a bear. I'm like, oh yeah, I got the money or whatever. She was like, no, I got it. So she pulled out this little stick of coins, and so she put them in. First time she didn't win, she was like, I'm gonna do it again. So she won him a bear. She would not take my money, and she was just super excited to win him a bear. And I just knew that was God. And that's why I say God works in the details, because in my mind, I wanted my baby to have a bear. He wanted a bear, and God knew that. So he knew I wasn't good at that. So he sent somebody that was, to be able to provide my baby with a bear at no cost to me. And you might say, oh, that's little, but see, that's being in the details. See, we always thinking about, oh, God do the big things, that we don't even realize that God can do the small things. He can get you a bear. He can get you the ice cream. He can get you the little things throughout the day, the details that you want, that you don't even think of. Oh, I want this, but I don't know how I'm gonna get it. Well, ask God. Like, that's what I'm realizing. God, that's what I had to thank God. I told God to bless her, because in that sense, I seen how God just answered the little thing. We think God is too big of a God to worry about the small things, but you have not because you ask not. And I realized when I was saying this in my mind when I was losing. I'm like, God, how am I about to get my baby a bear? Like, you know, in that sense, she came, and I'm like, God answers prayers even in the small things. See, that's something that I had to be like, you know what, God, you are a good God. Because you're not even worried. You worried about the big things, but even in the small things, you were like, you know what, I got you. Don't even trip it. I'm going to make sure you ain't even got to pay your money. So that $1 you lost, they played you out of a play. It's cool, because I'm going to have somebody spend a block, pay $2 and get your baby a bear. Like, I was like, okay, God, you out here working. And it just put in my spirit to let y'all know that don't think God is too big of a God that he can't get in that small situation and make you happy with the little things. Like, that really filled my heart, because my baby really wanted that bear, and he was so happy. He played with that bear the whole way. And I was just like, you know what, God, you are worthy. And then he just had to make me realize that don't always be so stuck on the big picture, like the dream, the prophecy that he showed you, that you don't even realize that God can help you in your day-to-day life. You feel me? You want an ice cream. You want something that you know how God, you ask not. Like I said, you have not because you ask not. Ask God. Understand that God can be in the small details with you. Don't get so caught up on the big picture that you don't realize that God can be in your day-to-day. God want to be with you every day. Not just the big. He want to be in the small things just as well as the big. So I say that to say that God is in the small details. God is into working out the small details. He want to give you what you want, even in your day-to-day life, even if it ain't even big, even if it's as small as a bear. Okay, like, I really have to thank God, because that showed me in the midst. You may not think, but you got to understand that God got people all around that he can move on their heart to help you with what you want if you ask him for it. So go out and be a light in this dark world, and understand that God is in the little things just as well as he is in the big things.